why it's so much more beneficial to have more units in one building than just one unit as in a house, right? And mostly from a standpoint of like maintenance, let's say, right? So let's compare like single families to like um, apartment units, right? So let's say that, I don't know, let's just say you have a 100 unit apartment building compared to 100 houses, and most likely you won't have 100 houses in the same exact neighborhood unless it's in Detroit, maybe. But even then, right, chances are you won't have, they're going to be scattered, I guess is what the point is, right? So, from a maintenance standpoint on an apartment building, ideally, right, you would have the same materials used in every single unit, the same furnaces, the same faucets, the same door handles, the same hinges, the same like everything, right? The same floors, the same like colors, everything is the same throughout every unit. Um, Mostly if they're all rehabbed, right? Or even if they're not, if they're all right, old stock, the same way, right? Everything's the same. And why is that important? That's important because you can stock all those parts, right? Mostly for like a furnace, right? You can stock all the little, like a motherboard or whatever for the furnace, a blower fan, furnace filters, whatever, right? You can stock all those parts. So that way when a maintenance guy gets a call, well, hold on, back to the apartments, right? You can stock all those parts because you pretty much have 100 of the same thing. Maybe you have like a one bed, one bath, and like two bed, two or one bath, or whatever you have, right? Whatever mix you have, essentially the kitchens and the bathrooms are going to be the same, and that's usually where you're going to have your problems, right? Houses, on the other hand, it's way more difficult to have all that same stuff in the house, right? It it's doable, but picture it from a scaling standpoint. Like you could literally buy a 100 unit in, I don't know, 3 to 4 months, right? Realistically, how long would it take you to buy 100 houses? Unless you buy a package, right? But to get your houses to have all the same materials and all the same stuff in them, that would mean you had to rehab all the houses. And how long would it take you to rehab all the houses? Plus you have 100 roofs, 100 driveways, 100 different locations, right? You can do it. It's just I don't think it's quite as scalable as apartments, right? That's kind of like what I'm trying to say. So you can stock parts. So looking at it from a maintenance standpoint, an apartment building, tenant calls, hey, this isn't working. Can we get a guy out here to look at it? Sure. So let's just say that it's the furnace, okay? So the technician brings his motherboard, I don't know, an ignition, a blower fan, all the different parts that usually break on those because you would stock those, right? Since you have 100 of the exact same thing. So it goes there. He's probably on site, right? So it takes him, I don't know, 10 minutes, let's say, to take his little golf cart over there. It takes him 20 minutes to look at it, finds the part, swaps it out, right? Another 20 minutes, and then he's out, right? So within an hour, he's got that furnace fixed and done. On a house, however, you got probably 20, 30-minute drive to the house. Same thing, 20 minutes to figure out what's wrong, but you're not going to have the part, right? So then you got to go to the supply house. That's going to take you 20, 30 minutes. 20, 30 minutes back, 20, 30 minutes to put it back on. So double, if not more, is what the time takes to fix the exact same issue compared to like an apartment building to a house, right? Let's just rough example, right? So it's not just like a man hour thing, but if a lot of stuff breaks in one day, right, that maintenance guy can take an hour and fix like 8 issues. Whereas the other maintenance guy that has, to go to 8 different houses, I don't know, he might only get to 2, right? So it might take him the whole week to fix 8 issues compared to this guy that fixes them all in one day, right? So from a scaling standpoint, I think it's way easier. And you can definitely do it with houses. I think you just have to be set up different. And a lot of people are like, well, why do I care? I have property management to handle that. True. But that relates to you having to incur way more expenses, right? Because you're paying a guy a week instead of a day to fix 8-inch shoes. So that's just kind of a way to look at it. So with 100 units all under one roof, and obviously it wouldn't all be under one roof. Well, it might be, but it's probably going to be under 10 roofs or 8 roofs, right? In a complex. But you can stock all the parts. You can get the repairs way quicker. You can, have one guy to probably do 100 units instead of, I don't even know how many guys you would need for 100 houses. I guess it depends if you just rehabbed them or if they're kind of just, if you're slumlording it, how many guys you would need to fix all your stuff. But from a scaling standpoint and just from a overall benefit, right, is way better to have 100 units all close together than scattered all about. And not to say one way is better than the other, but that's why I've been focusing on big apartment buildings, because I can scale to thousands way faster than scaling to thousands of houses, right? Way less transactions, way less TO walking through shit, or not shit, but like houses or apartments, way less, everything. So anyway, hope this video made sense. I feel like I kind of got off tangent a little bit here and there, but you can stock all the parts, you can get your repairs done quicker, and right, that just makes the whole machine run more efficiently. So hope this video makes sense, and you have a great night. Bye.